Riding honours during the rich Sydney Autumn Carnival went with Mick Dittman. Despite missing a number of meetings, the enforcer, as we call him, still claimed 5 Group 1 wins and around about $500,000 in wages. In anyone's language, that's a nice return. But the racing game also has its pitfalls for the tiny men of the turf. 6 months ago, former Brian Mayfield Smith #1, Malcom Fitzgerald, was near death.
Mick Dittman has every reason to smile. He's just earned almost $200,000 for about 3 minutes' work. But don't think he didn't earn it. Not many of us go to work and risk our lives at least 6 times a day.
Mighty Mick drives the filly to the lead, Bint Masquet, and she is straighting them. Look at her go. Bint Masquet coming away to record a brilliant slipper win. Justice prevails down the outside, has come from last to get second.
A few short weeks ago, the grandstand behind me was packed with fans cheering Mick Dittman home to victory in the Golden Slipper. But on just another cold, miserable morning at track work here at Rosehill, there's certainly no glamour. Just battlers like Malcom Fitzgerald trying to earn their keep.
It was the hardest thing I've ever had to go through, thinking that I may never ride again, and when it paralysed the left side of my face, it sort of left me in limbo, and I learnt one thing out of it: your health's your wealth, you know. But I'm lucky I can ride again, and, you know, so, like I said, my life's fulfilled now.
Most jockeys will have a mishap at some stage of their careers. Not many, though, will contract encephalitis, a brain disease that doctors can do little about. Some say the only thing that saved Malcom Fitzgerald was his courage.
So all through my ordeals with, you know, like people say that I'm unlucky and I'm bad luck, sort of finds me, but I don't look at it upon that way. When I did, you know, I sort of got awfully depressed and sort of wanted to chuck the towel in. But I look upon it as there's a child out there of 6 years of age that's dying of cancer. Well, I'm lucky and I'm alive. I can ride again.
It's that attitude which has made Mal Fitzgerald one of Sydney's most popular jockeys. But for the past 6 months, he hasn't set foot on a racecourse. He couldn't even bear to tune in on the radio. Such was his frustration at being on the sidelines. But now the thrill of being back is bigger than any of his 300 race wins.
Just so happy to be back at the track, you know, just riding track work. You know, I'm 56, I've been going, I went to Weight Watchers yesterday, started at Weight Watchers, so just lose a kilo each week.
At a recent benefit night, a sellout crowd of almost 300 people came to hear the Mal Fitzgerald story.
Dad threw me on a horse when I was sort of 5 years of age. I was taught to ride bareback before I ever saw a saddle, so it sort of taught me balance. And at first I wanted to sort of do something good, so I wanted to be in the mounted police, but there was a height restriction then, and I knew I wouldn't get that high, so it was always going to be a jockey.
More than $20,000 was raised on the night, easing what has been a tough time for Mal and wife Nicole.
Well, mate, we had our ups and downs, and we got through it. At times I didn't think we were going to make it through it, you know, but we did, you know. It's just an asset in our book that we're still together, you know. Love's very strong, and, you know, I love my wife dearly and she loves me, and that's what pulled us through.
The gloom of Rose Hill on a chilly morning of track work is where Malcom is writing the next chapter of his life. A return to race riding is about a month away, and the determination to succeed is building once again.
You know I can do it. You know, I've proven that I can do it. I was always sort of in the top 10 in Sydney, and I'll get back there. It'll take it time. People have got to sort of think, oh, has he lost it? They'll think that because they always think the worst, but I'll prove them wrong.
John Casey's story on Mal Fitzgerald's comeback. Good luck to you, Mal. Well, after weeks of hype and build-up, the showdown predicted for last Sunday